Hey everybody, Mike here. Uh, I was just watching the news and, well, I just saw that Rowdy Roddy Piper died at age 61. And it's about 1 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, August 1st now. So I'm sure I'm not the first person to do such a video. Uh, but I'm really saddened by this. 61 is way too young. Roddy Piper, as I've stated in my videos, I hate wrestling, but I loved it as a kid. And as a kid, I hated the good guys. I hated Hulk Hogan, but I loved guys like Jesse Ventura and Roddy Piper and Randy Savage when he was a bad guy. I was always attracted to the bad guy. Like I always liked Darth Vader better than Luke Skywalker. And I knew it was all in good fun. But Roddy Piper and Piper's Pit, I mean, Roddy Piper was and is my favorite wrestler of all time. And as I got older, I got to hear him interviewed. And as I got to be a little older than that, I saw him in Hell Comes to Frogtown and They Live. And that movie he did with the typo guy, Billy Blanks. I can't remember the name of that movie offhand. But he was a good actor. I mean, obviously not Al Pacino, but he was a good actor. He was a fun actor. They Live and How Comes the Frogtown are great, campy science fiction movies, especially They Live, John Carpenter. Um, I'm just really sad, and I feel like I mean 61. I mean 50 years ago, people died at 61 all the time, I guess. But these days, you know, and I think they said he died of a heart attack. I'm not exactly sure. He was diagnosed with Hodgkin's in 2006, and he beat that, obviously, because that was 9 years ago. Maybe it came back. I don't know the specifics. I won't get into it because I really don't know what I'm talking about. But I do know that he was a great personality, and I know through interviews that he was a great guy. I'm not a big reality TV fan, but when I saw commercials for Celebrity Wife Swap, which is a show I would never watch, but they did an episode last season where it was Piper and Flair, and they switched wives, and it's all scripted, those reality shows, and they're all bullshit, but it was fun to see, Roddy Piper and his family. Um, and I've seen countless interviews on DVD and on YouTube with Roddy Piper, and he seemed like such a nice, down to earth, straightforward guy. Um, if there was one wrestler I could have ever met, and I've met a couple of them at events as a kid and stuff, but if there was one wrestler I would have wanted to meet, it would have been Roddy Piper. If there was one wrestler I could have sat down and talked with, it would have been Roddy Piper, and it just came as an absolute shock because it wasn't one of those things where you heard that, oh, he's sick, he's not doing well. I'm flipping through and I see, Roddy Piper dead at 61, and it fucking sucks, man. It sucks, and I'm getting to the age now, I'm nearing 40, and I'm getting to the age where all the wrestlers and singers and actors and all the people I admired growing up are getting older, and it just happens more and more. People pass away, but you don't expect it when you don't hear somebody sick and when they're only 61 years old. And I'm not sure about an afterlife or a prior life. What I do know is that we have to make the most of what we have in the time that we're given. And I think Roddy Piper did that. He entertained literally millions of people for decades, through wrestling, through acting. He was funny as hell. in those Piper's Pit segments. And again, I just want to say, I just want to say I miss him, and thanks, Roddy. And I have all the tapes and the DVDs, and when I feel a little better, I'll be watching them. And death doesn't have to be horrible. Death can be a celebration once you get over the initial grief. So I'm going to try to, once I feel better, celebrate by watching They Live and Hell Comes to Frogtown and a lot of the wrestling tapes and DVDs that I have of Piper. And I'm going to try to enjoy them and relive some of those great memories of when I was a kid. So if you guys don't like wrestling or don't care about Roddy Piper, this probably seems corny as hell to you. And if you do, you probably have your own thoughts. Maybe you agree with some of mine, maybe you don't. But those are my thoughts. And, rest in peace, Roddy. And go bang somebody on the head with a coconut, wherever you are. And thanks for all the great entertainment through the years. Alright, I'll be back next time with some more DVD reviews. Until then, everybody, peace, and take care of yourselves. Bye.